run through the design of the BidderRegistry and the DepositManager. First of all, we can note that the BidderRegistry is part of a group of contracts that are deployed on the mev-commit chain. We refer to them as the core contracts, but the audit is specific just to the BidderRegistry contract because this recently went through some changes that we'd like to get audited. So essentially, this is the contract that facilitates bidders in the mev-commit protocol to deposit funds, which help them get pre-comps, pre-confirmations to providers. And the recent change that we made actually makes these deposits specific to each individual provider. There's more about that mechanism and why we have to bid to specific providers in our docs. But essentially, this contract, it is upgradable. It uses an initializer similar to the other patterns we have in our repo. And so I'll just kind of go through the functions here and explain them. We have this deposit as bidder function. It's callable by a bidder, and then you have to specify a provider address which you are depositing for. You can also split a message.value amount between multiple providers with this function. And then if you want to withdraw your deposit, you have to request the withdrawal. Then you wait the withdrawal period, and then you're able to call withdrawal as bidder. And that just allows you to get your money back as a bidder. It's expected that once you call the request withdrawals function, you have to wait for that period before you can call withdrawal. This function is called by the pre-conf manager contract, which is also upstream called by the Oracle account. But essentially what it's doing is at the end, or kind of near the end of a settlement process for a pre-confirmation, this would actually this would convert the funds to provide a reward. So what happens here is that the provider is essentially paid out their rewards minus fees and also decay. This is another function that's called by the pre-conf manager, so also called by the Oracle, and it's just returning escrowed funds to the bidder. And this is in the case that a provider is being slashed and doesn't get its reward. Open bid is kind of in the mid part of the pre-conf settlement, and this is where usually in the happy path it's a provider that calls open bid so that the previously unopened commitment / bid, which aren't unencrypted on the chain yet, can be opened on chain and then seen by everyone. And then down here just some setters, that sort of deal. So that's overall the BidderRegistry contract here. And then also we've enabled this functionality that we are calling the DepositManager. And what it does is it actually just automates the process of this deposit as bidder function being called. And essentially a bidder can set target deposits, and those target deposits actually determine how often this function is called from the bidder EOA. And this process is done automatically. So first I'm going to show you where this happens. I believe it's an open bid. Yep. So here, during this open bid call, we check if the bidder EOA account itself has a code length of 23. And then we also check that the code hash of the bidder is equal to the trusted hash. And what this is doing is saying, hey, are we looking at a bidder that has set their code via EIP 7702? And is that particular contract implementation the one that we expect here? If so, then we just call this DepositManager top-up deposit function. And this is the DepositManager implementation itself. So the top-up deposit function just has a bunch of checks here, and overall this function should not revert. If it does revert, that would be a valid issue, provided that the revert is unexpected. So this is the kind of the main logic of the deposit manager. It's essentially enabling bidders to have this automatic redepositing process, kind of like a replenishment of their deposits. And then this is the actual function that the bidder can call to set their target deposits for their specific account. It seems like we probably covered the main logic here, so I'll end the video.